Well, Coach, stuck with them a little bit there early, but they pulled away in that second half, and they just looked really good out there.
Yeah, they're very good. I mean, it's not like when we scheduled the game that we didn't know what we were getting into. We knew what we were doing. We did all right early in the game, it's just really disheartening for your team when you're out there and guys are trying to block out, trying to get guys off boards, but when you don't get it done, then it's like, and it seemed like they scored on every second chance opportunity there for the first, I don't know how many minutes, but they got for the whole game they got 2/3 of the rebounds. So, I mean, you don't have to look very far to figure this one out. It doesn't change the outcome of the game, except it does change the deficit. I mean, if you're getting stops and you have a chance to run in transition, you got a better chance to score. And if you're getting stops, the spirit of your team's up a little bit. But when you bust your tail and then don't complete the stop and they get it and score, it's a killer. And that's not a new concept. It's been around for a while.
Starting lineup, your face number 15 team. 2 freshmen go out there, junior college guy who's making his first start. It seemed like really they weren't affected by the bright lights.
You know what it was as much as anything is when you're going to run into adversity and guys are going to kind of lose their poise. The problem was we had so much foul trouble. We had so many guys with 2 fouls that the guys that were really needing to kind of pull us together, all of our guys that kind of make plays were on the bench, and so that's tough. It's a tough thing to ask guys that are in their first college game, but it's not like I didn't anticipate there was a possibility of this, but having Trey got 2 fouls pretty early, and that's a big deal. We need him on the floor.
Besides rebounding, what impressed you about the game?
Oh, geez, they just the pace that they play with, and I'm gonna tell you, like I've been in games like this on the other side, and it's hard to keep your concentration once you get a big lead, and they played hard throughout. I mean, it was impressive, I thought, and there's just so many skilled guys. They're an unselfish group of guys. Kid inside is going to be great, and
talking about Bryant.
Bryant, yeah, he's already great, but he's really going to be a good player. And so I was just really impressed. Obviously, I mean, if you get beat as bad as we did, and you're not impressed, then you need to go for an examination. But they were very good, and they played the game the right way, and we knew they would.
What do you tell your team when you're down like you were?
I just keep playing. I mean, even at halftime, I mean, you know that it's one of these deals that this one's out of reach. I mean, like, what am I going to go do? Go in and lie to them and say, here's what we're going to do to win the game? I mean, they know. They're not crazy. So what you do is you just say, look, let's try to keep from just getting beat 60. All right, so we did that. And then as the game was going on, let's try to keep them under 90. We did that. Let's see if we fouled them so much in the first half. Fouled them so much in the first half, we didn't let them get into the bonus in the second half. Now, some of that's because of the score of the game. But there's things that we got better at as the thing went on, and I was happy with it. I mean, not happy with the outcome, but I was happy with the way we responded.
A.J. Riley, it seemed like he was attacking the basket. You didn't know if you were going to start him. You're debating that. What did you see out of A.J. Riley?
Oh, I thought he was great. I thought he did a good job. I mean, he could have, I thought he might have benefited from sitting and watching a little bit, but I knew that he was going to be like the one shot we had at some offense, early in the game, and I didn't want him to jump out on us 10-0 or 12-0. And Riley's a good player. He'll figure stuff out even more as he goes. He did a nice job, and he did it. I was really worried about him running back defensively and finding people, but he did a good job of that.
How can a game like this help you down the road?
Well, it helps because it's over. We don't have to play him again. I mean, if they were coming back to our place, it wouldn't be so good. But it's now that you can pretty much say to everybody, hey, look, you're not going to have to face anybody that looks quite like that again. And, it's just like the things I just said. I mean, at some point, you've got to find victories within a defeat. And there's some in there to take out. But there's also a huge loss, which is the rebound thing. So, I mean, I'm not going to have to point it out too much. If you can't look at that and see that that's a huge area that we've got to get better at, they'll figure it out.
What do you think of the crowd tonight?
Oh, it's great. I haven't been in here that much, though. I mean, I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to. It was, what did they say? How many did they have?
17,000.
It's great. I mean, are you kidding? For us, I mean, I would have liked for there to be a deal where I actually thought the crowd could have had an impact on the game, but we didn't ever give them a chance. A couple of times they got into it, but No, I'm gonna tell you, the environment for us is a really neat. It's a fun thing. It's fun, and now it's over, and I'm happy.
The fouls you mentioned earlier. That's just some of the new rule stuff for you guys. Or you
I
guys?
think so for both teams. Everybody's gonna try to figure it out, and it'll get there. It'll be. I mean, there's gonna be things. The fans are the ones that'll have to adjust to it as much as anything because we've known it's coming, but even then there was still some that they were legit. I mean, that's exactly what they said they were gonna do, and I think the players will adjust.
Offensively struggled to make shots. Trey said maybe you guys should have been a little bit more aggressive. Did you feel
that's
that,
what
or
happens.
or
You
is it
go
just-
out. You go out, and a team comes out, and they're bigger and faster than you, and then you're like, okay, now what do we do? And that's what you have when you don't have experience. Trey does, but as a unit, we don't have experience. So next time that somebody they pressure much more than we're able to in practice, and we can't duplicate that in our practice. So we did what we could do, and now we'll just have to do better.